Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh, and before I forget, don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on all the unique contents that I'll be bringing you in the future. So let's dive right in. This week has been absolute insanity. I mean, like blockbuster style. Let me tell you what I mean by that. So first and foremost, a celebrity reached out to me. I mean, a celebrity. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys have regular interactions with famous people, but I don't. I work at a corporate job. I work with, really talented people, but they're no celebrity or, someone famous. So that was very interesting. A celebrity DM'd me asking about the different products and different cards out there and what could be the best investment for them. So that was a really, really cool experience. And for me, that was a tangible and personal experience that this sports card market is here to stay. And speaking of famous people and influencers, if this is happening at my level, understand that there's a greater force out there. What I mean by that is, for example, if Jeff from Sports Card Investor is talking about the market trend and sharing with his audience what his take on the current market is, or when Ken Golden holds a Instagram live and talks about his perspective and his take on where the market's gonna go, where some of these cards are going to go in the future, understand that they have way more information, data, and experience at their disposal to make such a conclusion. Yes, of course, there could be, some sort of market manipulation that takes place through what they say unintentionally, but hear me out. Us humans, we develop our perspective and we draw conclusions based on the data that we collect and what we understand as the world. So, if you had a wealth of information, for example, Giannis reaches out to you and tells you, hey, I want every rookie card of mine on my desk, no matter what the price is. Or if Tom Brady reaches out to you and say, hey, I want every one of my trading card in my house. Not that these are actually happening, but if you had such an information, it influences you about how you look at the market long term. So, you don't have to follow word for word what Jeff is saying, what Gary Vee is saying, what Golden is saying, obviously. But I say, these guys have more reach and more information than any of us do. So listen carefully to what they say, take everything with a grain of salt, do your research and chew on every information that they bring to the table and apply it to your sports card investing strategy. Second update to my crazy week, this box. I got this very box, the 2003 Topps Chrome Hobby Box, in middle of January for $22,600 on eBay. You can look it up. Yes, it's not a small amount of money, but I was debating whether I should get this box or a 1-year long call option for Shopify. And I made the decision that this Topps Chrome Hobby Box was going to be a better investment for the next year than this long call option for Shopify. Since then, we're here sitting in early February. This box has doubled in price and the last sales range anywhere from $45K to $50K. In this hobby, especially the last 15 months or so, it's not unusual to see a card or a box double in price in such a short time period. But in this order of magnitude, where it's going from $22K to $50K, that blew my mind. Now, whether this price holds or it goes up, I'm not bullish on that. I do think that there will be some kind of softening in the price of this box in the future. But again, as you guys know, I like to hold things long term. And in that perspective, this box is already off to a great start for me. Third crazy thing that happened this week, 2020 NBA Hoops. The 2020 Panini NBA Hoops got released on March 3rd for $350, and it completely killed the Panini website for 10 minutes, and it was immediately sold out. I mean, I have nothing against hoops, but we're talking about NBA Hoops here, one of the lowest tiered Panini products. So from this crazy event where Panini released it at $350, guys, I mean, this is NBA Hoops we're talking about. These used to go for $80 in the past, but Panini released them at $350. Now people are reselling and flipping it for $400, $415, $450. I mean, it's just insane to think that Hoops is going for this much. So my few takeaways from this event are: 1, LaMelo's Hoops rookie card is going for $200 plus raw right now on eBay. This is absolutely insane. Obviously this price isn't going to sustain, but the fact that there's that much hype, that much demand for something new in the market, it just boggles my mind. 2, from this event where we saw hoops just being really sought after, I think that the next line of products that Panini is going to release, like the Select, the Prism, the Donruss, they're going to see an even higher demand, meaning they're all going to be sold out when they're released, and there will be many flipping opportunities for the flippers, and the rookie cards in there, especially for LaMelo, Edwards, and Wiseman, these guys will perform really well. Third takeaway, and this is a bit of a concern slash hope, is that I hope that Panini actually overproduced some of these lower tier products like NBA hoops this year compared to last year, and kept the volume either the same or even lower than last year for products like Prism and Select. The reason for that is, obviously, as a profit-seeking organization, Panini has all the incentives to their shareholders to bring more gains. But I really hope they're not doing that by just increasing sheer volume of every product line, but differentiating. For example, making NBA hoops way more available to the mass, but then limiting and bringing that scarcity factor for more sought after products like Prism and Select. I really hope that Panini takes into consideration the longevity of their profit gains, that they're not just nearsighted and making the biggest profit this year, but really having just a longer look in the market, that scarcity really is the factor that is going to determine whether this market sustains or not. We absolutely don't want another junk wax era. And lastly and finally, digital collectibles like NBA Top Shot, and I'll link it above here for those of you who are not familiar with the product, has absolutely gone crazy. Remember, guys, NBA Top Shot is still in beta stage, meaning that it is not built for full scale yet. They're still testing, what is working, what's not working, how do we distribute, how do we release, how do we maintain the marketplace in good condition. I mean, they're still figuring things out, but even in that stage, it is blowing up every single hour as we speak. For example, every time there's a release, the entire site crashes. It's impossible to get the newest pack that gets released. And the prices of these moments that are being traded on the platform is going bonkers. I mean, LeBron James's iconic dunk from the 2019 season went for 100K, guys. And we all love Mark Cuban. He is one of the smartest investors out there. I mean, aside from Shark Tank alone, he is a very savvy and avid investor. And Mark Cuban came out and said that he owns the digital Maxi Clever dunk moment on NBA Top Shot, and he has no plans to sell it. And to quote him directly, he says, "Some people might complain that I can get the same video on the internet anywhere, anytime and watch it. Well, guess what? I can get the same picture on any traditional physical card on the internet and print it out, and that doesn't change the value of the card." And I agree with him to a certain extent. Yes, of course, I love, touching the card and trading, with others like this, but he's right. Like, at the end of the day, the picture that is in that graded slab is just a picture that we could potentially just print out and make our own, but that doesn't mean that the value of the card isn't there. So it'll be really exciting to see where NBA Top Shot ends up. I really think that they're just beginning right now, like not even GA right now, they're in beta. There's obviously a ton of early adopters on the platform already. So I'm really excited to see where NBA Top Shot ends. That was my craziest week in sports card investing. Obviously, the values of some of the cards that I have skyrocketed as well, but again, they're unrealized. I'm not selling any of them. So it's just really nice to know that these cards are, getting the attention and the value that they deserve. But that, again, guys, crazy times in sports card industry right now. I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to DM me and I'll be happy to chat with you. So until next video, bye everyone.